As I work with larger organizations, the need to both integrate GraphPad with their backend services and make it part of a more complete overall solution becomes much more important to the customer. And to address those issues, I'm adding the features to the integration. And if we go down here, I'm currently logged in as an administrator, so I can create setups. I have an integration right here which specifies currently where I get my appointments, etc. I'm going to add in additional endpoints. A couple of things I'm going to change is not only add those additional endpoints, but add the ability to have additional parameters here that get passed up that allow them to audit who their customers are or who their users are. So currently with smaller organizations, I can just say to the company, you have 5 users and these are their names. As I deal with hundreds, if not thousands of users, I need to be able to define that user more precisely. And so simply adding additional fields like the branch that they work at and giving them a phone number not only allows me to actually provide that, audit that information more effectively, but I can provide that information to the administrators through another web service, along with the ability to disable devices which they don't think should be using their product or under their license. I can add those features directly to them. Also, I already have 2 calls to web pages currently. So if we look at the eye, for example, that's going to currently take me out to where my tutorials are. That can be modified so that that's settable and would take them to a simple page based upon providing them with the username that they're going in and provide individual information relevant to the user. I also have the second one here, which can be redefined to pass up customer information. So if, for example, they're at a customer site and they want to see the history of that particular customer, I have to wait for this to time out, they would then be able to see it. So I've got an appointment logged here already. The logic would be they would bring up that particular appointment. This is downloading not only the customer information that you see on the page here, but also any additional information relevant to the documents they're filling out. Then when they opened a new document, for example, a drawing worksheet, that information would be pre-populated, as you can see. But now when we actually pressed on this button, if, for example, we wanted to see history about that particular customer, we could actually provide the input via a web service up to the URL, the web service that's actually activated by this button, and that would actually open their web service page with the information they want to, or a web page, etc. But it would just be passing that up as a JSON blob that they could parse and give them the correct information. So these 2 buttons could easily be overridden and added to the configuration, which is what I'm planning on doing. And then also, if we look over here, taking this lease information and pushing that off the screen, so they say activate lease, and it would provide additional parameters so that when they go to report, they would then, as an administrator, they would then be able to report on that through web services and be able to say, for this branch, are these the appropriate users that have it, and then enable them to deactivate that particular device. And that would provide me with that information to physically deactivate it so they couldn't access anything once the administrator said, you are no longer authorized to use our product under our license. So those are enhancements that I'm intending on making to the product, particularly in regards to larger organizations. Between those 2 features, I think I deal with the needs of a significant number of medium-sized organizations without having a completely custom application created. So they can have their HTML pages and their services provided, they can maintain them themselves, and then just have a link through these 2 buttons that actually take information that's relevant to the user, the end user who's using the product, and information relevant to the customer in terms of their history, etc. That would be downloaded. And that's my presentation. Thank you.